America has Bigfoot, Nepal has the abominable snowman, Iceland has a giant worm monster. Seriously.
Suddenly, Iceland isn't laughing about its own version of the Loch Ness Monster.
For hundreds of years, visitors to Scotland's Loch Ness have sworn that they have seen a monster coming up from the depths.
What on earth is that?
Look at that.
The giant sea creature was spotted off the coast of North Carolina. The Twitterverse is going into overdrive. A reference to the legendary Loch Ness Monster of Scottish folklore.
Lots of ice and snow, they still talk of trolls and elves. But a lake monster? It was dismissed as a charming old legend.
Hands up. Put your hands up.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Beyond the Grave Media. This is Josh here, checking in on you out there in YouTube land. How awesome is cryptozoology? Cryptids, the fear of the unknown, the things that are like right at our fingertips that are just lurking beneath the shadows that people can only seem to get a glimpse of. The haters, the spectators, the people that just don't want to believe. I'm one of those people that believes in I don't know, man. I'm a big fan of cryptozoology, Bigfoot, all these different creatures, mythical, the Mothman, the Chupacabra. If it's out there, I believe in it. Thanks for checking in with me. We're going to quickly cover Frogman tonight. I started thinking about it. There's no reason why we haven't talked about it. I know that I just unboxed it, but let's talk about why this movie works really quick. Thanks for being here. Let's check it out. In 1999, a creature was captured on a handy-dandy VHS Steadicam. 12-year-old Dallas Kyle documented the cryptid creature known as Frogman, home and infamous to the region of Loveland, Ohio. He has an actual Frogman festival and mythos dedicated to the amphibious little beastie. Standing at only 4 feet tall, this Lovecraftian folktale is known to nestle under bridges and waves a wand of sparks. 2024 found footage film feature Frogman. The croaks are no hoax. I gotta say, just right out the gate, that this is my kind of film. Something that anyone with a camcorder could make, warts and all. The charm and magic of the Frogman lie in its simplicity. For much of the first half, we were watching another failed film school grad documentary with errors, bad timing, and cheap effects. The same authenticity is what made the Blair Witch Project a global fucking phenomenon. And that same effect is used here, only this might even work a little bit better. More happens in a smaller fraction of time. Is Loveland going to pack the same asses in the seats as Burkittsville, Maryland? No. This is an indie film released on an up-and-coming indie label about a frog. But the charm and care to do something different and take some chances are what hauled the mail with this little flick. From the street cam interviews to the effects, the bad acting, music, and so forth, it all works here. It knows what it is, and it's not trying to convince you and bullshit its way into a tirelessly long 2-hour character study on a cryptic creature hiding out under bridges and impregnating the locals with some sort of Mr. Peanut cane. Frogman gets the assignment. Is it a little bit slow, roaming through the small little town and rural countryside of Loveland, Ohio, searching for clues? Sure, but does every horror movie have to pound you over the head with gratuitous gore and nudity every 5 minutes? I mean, this flick, for what it is, it takes its time with you with a serviceable cast that you care just enough to hope that something untimely happens to them, so at least we get to learn what the croaks are really all about. At just 80 minutes, it's really a tale of two halves. Our lead is pretty unlikable, obsessed, and pathetic, and so, yeah, I mean, you kind of root for him. I don't make the rules. This is found footage, baby, and this is just how it goes. You need a few things to be believable. First, it helps to have an actual legend and mythos involving a real place with real witnesses. Check. Second, having an open mind to such events actually happening and having a little bit of curiosity yourself. It's a necessity, and most found footage creature features aren't going to have $1 million budgets and badass effects. It's the people you have to believe, and it starts with you. Checkity check too. Finally, the stakes have to be real enough to sell you. Such an obsession interviewing self-proclaimed frog experts isn't as effective if the narrator isn't actually teetering on insanity and futility themselves. So what we got here are all of the tropes and all of our bases covered. Checkity check check check. Time to inject some slime, some slop, some sloop, and whatever gunk or goop necessary to track down these fucking things with a handy fancy frog flute. I mean, I can admit it, it's full ham and cheese trying to track down frog prints through a campfire while pitching a tune, but somehow it does just enough to get us to such a conspiring ending ripped through the pages of a Lovecraftian short story. The croaks and groans get nasty, and our crew go through one hell of a strange transformation. Imagine, if you will, an underworld of pagan idolatry straight out of The Wicker Man, chanting tunnel sacrifices and body mutilations kick this ending into high gear with one of the most bizarre climaxes I've seen in a minute. This film, when it decides to commit, it fully fucking commits, and it goes there, and thank God, because without this ending, this is just your typical found footage film with a scene and a jump scare ending, and it's over. That's it, right? Frogman at least decides to show some courage and some irrefutable proof of the legend of Loveland, colts, eggs, and all. Shout out to that baby tadpole. These are facts. It's playing with its own reality, and I think that that's what the ending is trying. The ending of this film, going like film within a film, kind of Cannibal Holocaust style, I think is pretty fun that we're actually watching the documentary with our buddy Talos here, and it does give it it's a nice touch. To be honest with you though, if you're not a big fan of found footage and if you have a hard time suspending disbelief, you're probably not gonna like Frogman. This is for the person that wants to like go on a ride and kind of like have a good time. This is a popcorn film, 80 minutes. How can you do wrong? I mean, I liked it when it came out. I was hyping it up to people, telling them to watch it. But after I watched all the special features, which I don't always have a lot of time to do, I love this movie. I think it's great, dude. Watching them and hearing the story about the budget, and then you get to see the effects guys kind of like putting it together. There's a lot of heart. There's a lot of charm in Loveland and the Frogman. I'm a huge fan. I think it's great. I think it's very like, it's cheesy. It's tongue-in-cheek. It's full ham and eggs, man. And it knows that. It goes right... It played on my heart, man. I'm a big fan of creature features and like B movies, especially like from the 80s, and I feel like this was something that would have been really popular in the late 90s. Very, very much like Blair Witch. And can we give a shout out to the actual poster art? Because that poster art is totally The Legend of Boggy Creek, one of my favorite Bigfoot found footage films, one of the best of all time. That is The Legend of Boggy Creek right there. Huge fan of Bigfoot, man. So I think, yeah, Frogman rips, dude. If you're a fan, let me know in the comments. If you want to see more from me, please like, comment, subscribe, talk some shit down there. Follow me on social media. I'm getting the hell out of here. It's late. It's cold out in this garage, and I got shit to do. Take care. Cheers.